That dress isn't white, it's a surrender flag. Weddings look like fairy tales, but behind the flowers and photos lies financial debt and emotional burnout. You're not walking down the aisle, you're walking into a lifetime contract with no escape clause. Subscribe now, because today we're exposing why weddings are just funerals with cake, and glow-ups are the real celebration. The myth of the happiest day. We grow up believing in a script, a story handed to us long before we could even speak, passed down through generations like a family heirloom. It's etched into bedtime stories, reinforced in movies, whispered by relatives, and celebrated in culture. The plot is simple. Find the one, plan the perfect day, wear the perfect dress, and then live happily ever after. From a young age, women are taught that this moment, the wedding, is the pinnacle of existence. It's framed as the ultimate achievement, where love, validation, and purpose collide in a single sparkling day. It's the moment society tells us we've made it. The ring becomes proof of worth. The ceremony becomes a spectacle of success. But what no one tells you is what happens when the confetti is swept away, when the hashtags stop trending, and when the honeymoon photos start to fade into the background of everyday life. No one prepares you for the quiet after the celebration, the part where you look in the mirror and realize that the happiest day of your life might also have been the first day you started losing pieces of yourself. The white gown. They say it symbolizes purity. But in reality, it's more like a contract wrapped in fabric. The lace is carefully woven with centuries of expectation. The veil isn't just an accessory. It's a soft, beautiful symbol of surrender. Every vow you whisper sounds like a romantic promise, but beneath the poetry, it's often a quiet goodbye to parts of your independence. The industry of illusion. Weddings aren't sacred anymore. They're sold, packaged, marketed. There's an entire billion-dollar industry built on your insecurity. Bridal magazines, reality shows, diamond ads whispering, if he loves you, he'll spend. It's not romance, it's retail psychology. From the $10,000 dress you'll wear once to the $5,000 cake no one finishes, it's all about status, not substance. You're told the bigger the wedding, the deeper the love. But what if the loudest celebrations hide the quietest disconnections? People go broke trying to prove something that should have been free. They buy designer rings to mask emotional poverty. The wedding becomes a photo shoot, not a promise. A performance, not a partnership. Love should feel like peace, not payment. Yet here we are, mistaking financial debt for devotion. And when it's over, the debt stays, long after the vows have crumbled. The emotional cage. After the party ends, the real marriage begins. And that's when many people realize they didn't marry a soulmate. They married a pattern. Marriage is often sold as security, but it can quietly become surveillance. Every move questioned, every dream negotiated. Where are you going? Why are you late? Who were you texting? Love slowly turns into obligation. Partnership turns into paperwork. And passion, the fire that once defined you, turns into routine maintenance. You used to be spontaneous. Now you ask for permission. You used to have hobbies. Now you have chores. You used to chase goals. Now you chase peace in silence. And when you begin to crave your old self, they say you've changed. No, you didn't change. You remembered. You remembered the version of you that existed before the vows, before the ring, before the emotional compromise disguised as love. Marriage doesn't always destroy you. Sometimes it just dulls you, slowly, gently, permanently. The cost of forever. Let's talk numbers, because love might be priceless, but weddings definitely aren't. The average couple spends between $20,000 and $60,000 on a single day. A day that lasts 12 hours. A day most people barely remember clearly. A day designed not for the couple, but for the audience. And then life begins with a credit card bill. You could have started a business, traveled the world, or invested that money into your future. But instead, you bought flowers that wilted overnight. You rented happiness. You financed a fantasy. Society tells you that's normal, that it's tradition. But tradition is just pure pressure from dead people. And here's the twist. Most of those happily ever afters end in divorce within a decade. So what was it all for? A ring? A hashtag? Validation from relatives who won't even remember your anniversary. The wedding isn't a new beginning. It's often a very expensive ending. The funeral of self-identity disguised as romance. The emotional labor of marriage. Marriage is supposed to be 50 by 50, but let's be real. It's usually 80 by 20, and women carry the 80. You manage emotions, birthdays, appointments, and expectations. You become the planner, the therapist, the nurse, the cheerleader. Meanwhile, your own needs get buried under the weight of someone else's comfort. It's not a partnership, it's performance art. You smile when you're exhausted. You apologize when you're right. You comfort the man who caused your pain. And the world calls it being a good wife. You lose yourself slowly, gracefully, invisibly, until one day you wake up and realize you've been replaced by the role you play. The girl who once dreamed of freedom now dreams of 5 minutes of silence. Marriage doesn't always look like a cage. Sometimes it looks like a cozy home with invisible bars. The pressure to settle. The world loves married women, but not happy, independent ones. Every culture rewards women who conform, not those who question. If you stay single, they pity you. If you leave a bad marriage, they shame you. If you thrive alone, they fear you. Because a woman who doesn't need a man is dangerous to a system built on control. So the pressure builds. Settle down, fit in, play the part. Society will call it love, but it's really obedience. You stop chasing your purpose because you're told your purpose is someone else. You stop chasing your glow because they say the ring should be enough. But the ring doesn't heal you. The ring doesn't empower you. The ring doesn't define you. You do. The silent funeral. Every wedding has 2 ceremonies, one for love and one for loss. The guests only see the first, the flowers, the laughter, the promises. But deep down, something else is happening. As the bride walks down the aisle, she's also walking away. From her freedom, from her former self, from her individuality. It's poetic and tragic. Society applauds the union, but no one mourns the woman who disappears. And that's why weddings feel both beautiful and haunting. Because somewhere inside that laughter is silence. Somewhere behind that sparkle is surrender. Somewhere inside forever is fear. The wedding is a funeral, and no one realizes it until they've already buried their freedom beneath the veil. The glow-up rebellion. Now, imagine rewriting the story. No altar, no vows, no audience. Just you, standing tall, wearing whatever color power feels like to you. Gold, black, red. Not purity, but passion. Not surrender, but strength. Instead of a wedding, host a glow-up party. Invite your closest friends, not because you need witnesses, but because you deserve celebration. Toast to your freedom. Dance to your rebirth. Promise yourself loyalty, peace, and adventure. No ring, no husband, no rules. You don't say, I do. You say, I am. I am enough. I am free. I am whole. The glow-up isn't a rejection of love. It's a return to self-love. It's understanding that the greatest romance of your life will always be the one you have with your own evolution. Love doesn't have to look like a marriage. It can look like joy. It can look like peace. It can look like walking away. The modern love renaissance. We're entering a new age. One where women aren't waiting for proposals. They're building empires. Where partnership means equality, not dependence. The future of love is freedom. The future of romance is respect. The future of commitment is choice. Weddings might still exist, but they'll look different, built on mutual growth, not social performance. Not about possession, but partnership. Not about sacrifice, but synergy. Until then, stop mourning the idea of marriage. Start celebrating the marriage of power and peace within you. Because the most beautiful vows you'll ever make are the ones you whisper to yourself. I promise to protect my peace. I promise to choose myself. I promise to never mistake validation for love again. The rebirth. So yes, maybe weddings are funerals in disguise, But every funeral is also a rebirth. You're not anti-love, you're anti-limits. You're not rejecting commitment, you're redefining it. The old version of love was ownership. The new version is oxygen. It lets you breathe, grow, evolve. So take off the veil, burn the script, and write your own story. Not once upon a time, but right now I rise. Wedding equals soft launch funeral. The vows, the bills, the quiet misery, all disguised as romance. Skip the bouquet, toss your ring, and reclaim your freedom. Like, share, and subscribe for more raw truths about love, money, and why saying "I don't" might just be the most empowering "I do" of your life.